Rain hits a weak mud house. A poor farmer sits inside. His plate is empty. Thunder shakes the night. A luxury car stops outside. Lights blink, then die. A rich man cries for help. The road is broken.
Help!
The phone has no signal.
Is anyone there?
The farmer hears the sound. Fear
Please,
fills his heart.
We have to go right
His
now.
family sleeps inside. He opens the door slowly. That one step changes lives. Subscribe for stories that touch the heart. The village was quiet in the early morning. Dust moved with the weak wind. Small houses stood close together. Most were made of mud and wood. The road was broken. Stones covered it like scars. No bus came there. Only feet walked that road. Children woke up early. They carried small yellow containers. They walked far for water. Their feet touched hot sand. The water was not clean, but it was life. They drank it. They cooked with it. There was no clinic. When someone got sick, people waited. Some prayed. Some cried in silence. Baba Jide lived near the farmland. His house was small. The walls were weak. The roof had holes. When rain came, water dropped inside. Still, Baba Jide smiled often. His smile was calm. His eyes were kind. He was a farmer. He woke before sunrise. He walked to his field in silence. The soil was dry and cracked. He worked with his hands. He worked with hope. But hope did not always answer. Many crops failed. Some days, he returned home empty. Some days, he brought little food. Still, he shared. If a neighbor was hungry, Baba Jide gave food. If a child cried, he listened. People saw this. They talked. Kindness will not build a house, they said. Good heart does not fill a stomach. Baba Jide heard them. He did not fight. He did not reply. He just worked harder. His wife trusted him. She was quiet and strong. She cooked with care. Even when food was small, their children helped each other. They shared one blanket at night. They slept close. They felt safe. That evening, clouds filled the sky. The wind grew loud. Trees moved like scared men. The smell of rain came. People closed their doors. They stayed inside. Storms were dangerous there. Thunder broke the sky. Rain fell hard. Water rushed through the road. The night grew dark. Baba Jide sat inside his house. His family was close to him. The roof leaked. They moved pots to catch water. Suddenly, a sound cut the rain. A loud horn, long and sharp. Baba Jide stood up. He listened again. The sound came back. Someone was shouting. A man's voice. Full of fear. His wife looked at him. Fear was in her eyes too. The storm was strong. The road was deadly. Baba Jide moved to the door. His hand stopped in the air. Inside was safety. Outside was danger. The horn sounded again. Louder this time. Baba Jide took a deep breath. He picked up a small lamp. His heart beat fast. He had to choose.
I'm Cairo. Welcome to African Tales by Cairo. This story is emotional. Please subscribe.
Rain hit Baba Jide's face as he stepped outside. The wind pushed him back. His feet slipped in the mud. Still, he walked toward the sound. The small lamp shook in his hand. Its light was weak, but it showed the road. A shiny car sat in the middle of the broken path. Water ran around its tires. The engine was silent. The lights were dead. A man stood beside it. He wore a fine suit. Now it was wet and dirty. Rain poured down his face. "Hey!" the man shouted. "Who are you?" His voice was sharp. His words were angry. Baba Jide stopped a few steps away. He raised his empty hand. "I heard the horn," he said. "I came to help." The man laughed hard. "Help? From you?" He looked around. He saw mud houses. He saw darkness. "This place is useless," the man said. "No road. No light. No sense." Baba Jide felt the words cut deep, but he stayed calm. "The rain is strong," he said. "You should not stand here." The man looked at him with doubt. "You want money?" he asked. "You think I am stupid?" Baba Jide shook his head. "I want nothing," he said, "only to help." The man checked his pockets. He touched his watch. He touched his wallet. His eyes stayed hard. My driver went to get help, the man said. He has not returned. My phone is dead. The car will not start. Thunder cracked the sky. Rain fell harder. The man shivered. My house is near. Babajid said, It is small, but it is dry inside. The man looked at the dark road, then at the sky, then back at Babajid. Your house? He said. You think I can stay there? Babajide spoke softly. Rain does not fear money, he said. It touches all men the same. If you... The man stared at him. The words surprised him. Another thunderclap followed. Cold reached his bones. His pride fought his need. Hunger and fear were stronger. Fine, the man said. But no tricks. Babajide nodded. Follow me. They walked slowly. Mud pulled at their feet. Water soaked their clothes. The man kept looking around. His hand stayed near his pocket. His eyes stayed alert. He hid his watch under his sleeve. He pushed his wallet deeper inside. He said nothing. Babajid saw this. He said nothing too. They reached the small house. Light came from inside. Warm voices followed. The man stopped at the door. This was not his world. This was not his life. Babajide opened the door. Warm air met them. The rain stayed outside. His wife stood up fast. The children stared. Their eyes grew wide. A guest, Babajid said. From the road. The man stepped inside. Water dropped from his suit. Mud marked the floor. He looked around. No sofa. No fan. No power. Only people. Only warmth. Babajide pointed to a stool. Sit, he said. You are safe here. The man sat slowly. His heart beat fast. Not from fear of the storm, but from where he was, outside. The rain continued. Inside, a strange night began. Subscribe and stay with Babajid's journey. The small mud house felt quiet after the door closed. Rain still hit the roof. Water dropped inside from a weak corner. The rich man stood still. He did not move at first. His eyes moved around the room. The house was small, one room only. A small fire burned in the corner. Babajide's wife held the baby close. The other children stood behind her. They stared at the guest. The man saw their clothes. Old, clean, but torn. He looked at his own suit. Wet, heavy, dirty with mud. Sit, Babajid said again. His voice was calm, no fear in it. The man sat on the stool. It was low. Not made for him. Babajide went to a small box. He took out dry clothes. Simple clothes. You can wear this, he said. They are clean. The man stared at them. These clothes were not his size. They were plain. I am fine, the man said. His pride spoke first. Thunder roared again. Cold air touched his skin. His teeth shook. He stood up slowly. He took the clothes. He changed behind a cloth. The suit lay on the floor, wet and heavy, worth more than this house. Babajide's wife moved to the fire. She took the last yam. She sliced it slow. She added small soup. Not much, just enough. The smell filled the room. The man felt hunger rise, real hunger. When food came, he looked away. This food, he said, it is too simple. No one replied. The children waited. Minutes passed. His stomach spoke louder than his pride. He picked the bowl. He ate slowly at first, then faster. The food was warm. He stopped. He looked at the bowl. It was empty. He saw the children watching him. They shared one bowl. One spoon. Shame touched his heart. He pushed the bowl away. I am full, he said. Night grew deeper. The rain did not stop. Mosquitoes filled the air. The man lay on a mat. It was hard. His body ached. A goat cried outside. A baby cried inside. Water dropped near his head. Sleep did not come. He turned left, then right. Near midnight, he heard a soft voice. Go. Go. Babajid was awake. The man listened. The voice was low, gentle. God? Babajid said, protect the man on the road. Guide him home. Give him peace. The man froze. His eyes opened wide. He knew the prayer was for him, not for money, not for reward. His chest felt tight. Something moved inside him, something he forgot long ago. Outside, rain slowed. Inside, silence grew heavy. The rich man closed his eyes, not to sleep, but to think. For the first time in years, he felt small and thankful. Subscribe and stay with Babajid till the end. Morning light entered the small house slowly. The rain had stopped. The ground was wet and dark. A rooster crowed near the door. Another answered far away. The village was waking up. The rich man opened his eyes. His body felt stiff. His back hurt. He sat up slowly. The mat was thin. The floor was cold. The house was quiet, too quiet. He stood up and looked around. Baba Jide was not inside. The children were gone. The fire was out. He stepped outside. The air smelled fresh. Wet soil filled his nose. The sky was clear now. He saw Baba Jide in the field, already working. His hands moved fast. The rich man watched him. The farmer bent down. He touched the soil. He pulled weeds. The sun was still low, but Baba Jide was sweating. The rich man walked closer. His shoes sank in the mud. He did not speak. He looked around the land. The soil was cracked in many places. Plants looked weak. Far away, children walked again. They carried water. The containers looked heavy. A small building stood alone. Its walls were broken. No sign on it. "What is that?" the rich man asked. Baba Jide stood up. He wiped his face. "That was a clinic," he said. "No nurse now." No medicine. They stood in silence. The rich man felt something move in him. Not anger, not pride, something deeper. He walked back to the house. Baba Jide's wife was outside. She swept the ground. "I was rude last night," he said. His voice was low. "Why did your husband help me?" She stopped sweeping. She looked at him and smiled. "We help because we believe," she said. "One day, help may come to us too." Her words stayed in the air. A sound broke the moment. An engine, loud and sudden. A car appeared on the road. Then another. The driver jumped out. His clothes were dirty. His face showed fear and relief. "I went for help," he said fast. "The road was bad. I am sorry." A mechanic followed him. They opened the car. They worked quickly. The rich man stood near. He said nothing. His eyes stayed on the village. The engine started at last. A smooth sound. Too smooth for this place. People came out of their houses. They stared at the car. They stared at the man. The rich man walked to Babajid. He reached into his pocket. He gave him some money. Not much. Just enough. Babajid accepted it with thanks. His smile was real. The rich man paused. He looked at the farmer, then at the land. "What is your full name?" he asked. "Babajid," he replied. "And this village?" the man asked. Babajid told him. The rich man nodded. His face showed nothing. No smile. No anger. He entered the car. The door closed softly. As the car moved, dust rose again. The village returned to silence. But something had already changed. The car moved fast on the broken road. Dust followed it like smoke. People watched until it disappeared. The village grew quiet again. Only whispers stayed. Some villagers walked closer to Baba Jide. Their eyes were sharp. Their faces showed doubt. "That is all he gave you?" one man asked. His voice carried mockery. Another woman shook her head. "You helped a rich man," she said. "And this is what you got?" Baba Jide looked at the money in his hand. It was not much, but it was clean. "It is enough," he said softly. People laughed. Some turned away. Some stayed and stared. They talked as they walked back. "Kindness is foolish," they said. "Rich people do not remember poor men." Baba Jide went home. His wife met him at the door. She saw his face. "You did well," she said. Her voice was calm. That day, Baba Jide went to the market. He bought seeds. He bought food. He did not buy for himself only. He shared with 2 neighbors. Their children smiled. The land waited for rain. The sky stayed dry. But Babajid planted the seeds. Days passed. Weeks passed. Life stayed hard. Crops grew slow. Some failed. Some died early. People still talked. They still laughed. They still blamed him. "You fed a stranger," they said. "You used the last food. Look at us now." At night, Baba Jide sat outside his house. Stars filled the sky. His heart felt heavy. He thought of the storm. He thought of the man. He thought of his choice. "Was I wrong?" he asked quietly. His wife sat beside him. She held his hand. "Kindness is never wrong," she said. "Even when pain follows." Time moved on. The season changed. The heat grew worse. The village suffered more. The borehole broke. The school roof fell. Children stopped going to class. They stayed home. They helped carry water. One night, Baba Jide's son fell sick. His body burned with heat. He cried in pain. There was no clinic. No medicine. They carried the boy for miles. Their arms shook. Their hearts feared loss. He lived, but barely. That night, Baba Jide sat alone. His head bowed. Tears fell into the dust. Maybe the people were right. Maybe he had been foolish. Far away, on a smooth city road, the rich man sat in a quiet car. Lights passed by his window, but his mind was not there. He remembered the rain, the mud house, the prayer in the night. He picked up his phone. The signal was strong now. Find everything, he said. The farmer. The village. Everything. The car moved into the city lights, but his heart stayed behind. Subscribe and stay with Baba Jide. 1 full year passed after the stormy night. The village did not change for the better. Life became harder. The sun felt hotter than before. The land cracked open. Dust covered everything. The seeds Baba Jide planted did not grow well. Some died early. Some never came out of the ground. Water became rare. The borehole stayed broken. Women and children walked even farther now. School became a memory. The roof had fallen. Books were ruined by rain. Children stayed home. They helped their parents. Dreams grew smaller each day. People grew angry. Hunger made them sharp. Pain made them loud. Many blamed Baba Jide. They spoke without shame. If you did not help that stranger, they said, maybe things would be different. I quest. Baba Jide heard the words every day. At first, he stayed quiet. Later, the words began to hurt. Some nights, he could not sleep. He stared at the dark roof. Questions filled his head. Was my kindness a mistake? Did I bring this pain to my family? His wife noticed his silence. She noticed his heavy steps. One evening, she sat beside him. She held his hand. You are not wrong, she said. Hard times do not mean bad choices. Baba Jide nodded, but doubt stayed inside him. Then trouble came again. One afternoon, his young son fell sick. The boy stopped eating. His body grew weak. His eyes lost light. His breath came slow. There was still no clinic, no nurse, no medicine. They wrapped the boy in cloth. They carried him on their backs. They walked for hours. The sun burned their skin. The road hurt their feet. At last, they reached help. The boy survived, but fear stayed in their hearts. When they returned, the village felt colder, not with weather, with words. That night, people gathered under a tree. Voices rose. Anger spilled out. A rumor spread fast. The government wanted the land. They wanted to sell it. A factory would come. Some said it meant money. Some said it meant loss. If they take the land, one man shouted, we lose our homes. People argued. Some cried. Some shouted Baba Jide's name. This is his fault. A voice said, he brought strangers here. Baba Jide stood still. The words hit him hard. He walked home slowly. His head was low. That night, he prayed alone. Not for money. Not for reward. He prayed for strength. Suddenly, a deep sound broke the silence. A heavy engine. Then another. The ground shook. Lights flashed near the road. People rushed outside. Fear filled the air. Large trucks stood at the village edge. Machines followed behind. Dust rose again. Loud voices filled the night. Some cried. Some ran. Have they come to take our land? Is this the end? Baba Jide felt his heart race. He held his wife's hand. The engine stayed on. Lights stayed bright. No one spoke. The village waited. People rushed toward the road. Fear was on every face. Some held their children tight. The sound of engines filled the night. Big trucks stood in a long line. Bright lights cut through the dark. Men in helmets stepped down. They looked serious. They carried tools and papers. A large black car moved forward. Slow, heavy. It stopped near the crowd. Dust rose around it. The engine went silent. The door opened. A man stepped out. Clean shoes. Calm face. Guards followed him. Cameras stayed back. Baba Jide felt his heart pound. He knew that face. It was the man from the rain. Whispers spread fast. That is him. The rich man. Why did he come back? Some villagers felt anger. Some felt fear. Some felt hope. The man walked forward alone. He did not rush. He did not smile. He stopped in front of Baba Jide. For a moment, no one breathed. Then the rich man bent slightly, not fully down, but enough. It was respect. The village froze. This man saved my life, he said. His voice was clear, strong and steady. Last year, rain trapped me on this road, he said. I was afraid. I was angry. I spoke with pride, he continued. I spoke with hate. Baba Jide looked down. He said nothing, but he opened his door. The man said. He shared his food. He shared his fire. People looked at Baba Jide again. Their faces changed. I never forgot that night, the rich man said. Not the rain, not the hunger. He lifted a paper in his hand. The wind moved it. The government wanted this land, he said. They wanted to sell it. Fear moved through the crowd again. But I bought it first, he said. With my own money. Voices rose. You bought our land? Will you take our homes? The man raised his hand. The crowd slowly quieted. I did not buy this land to take from you, he said. I bought it to protect you. Silence fell. This land will stay yours, he said. No one will push you away. Tears filled some eyes. The man pointed to the trucks. These are not machines of loss, he said. They are machines of change. A road will be built, he said. So help can reach you. A clinic will rise, he continued. So sickness will not steal lives. A school will stand, he said. So dreams can grow. Gasps filled the air. Hands covered mouths. Baba Jide felt weak. His knees shook. The rich man turned to him. His voice softened. You gave me more than food, he said. You gave me a mirror. He looked at the village again. Tonight, he said slowly, your suffering ends, and your future begins. The truck stayed ready. The lights stayed bright. The village stood silent, waiting. The next morning, the village did not wake up to silence. It woke up to sound. Engines started early. Metal moved. Dust rose into the air. People came out of their houses. They rubbed sleep from their eyes. What they saw felt unreal. Big machines rolled on the broken road. Men worked together. Voices gave orders. The road began to change. Stones were cleared. Deep holes were filled. The ground grew flat and strong. Children stood at a distance. They watched with wide eyes. Some smiled. Some clapped. Days passed. The work did not stop. A new borehole was drilled. Water burst out strong and clear. Women screamed with joy. They filled their containers fast. They laughed. They washed their faces. For the first time, water was near. Soon after, walls began to rise. A building stood where grass once grew. It had windows. It had doors. This will be the clinic, a worker said. Mothers cried. Old men nodded in thanks. Another building followed. Bigger. Brighter. This will be the school, they said. Children jumped with joy. They ran around the place. They dreamed out loud. The rich man came often, not with noise, not with pride. He walked through the dust. He spoke with the people. He listened. He gave jobs to the villagers. Young men worked on the road. Women cooked for workers. Money returned to the village. Slowly, honestly, Baba Jide worked too, not with machines, but with land. The rich man called him one morning. They stood near the field. You know this soil, the man said. You know this people. He placed a hand on Baba Jide's shoulder. I want you to guide the new farm, he said. Teach what you know. Baba Jide felt his throat tighten. He nodded. He could not speak. New tools arrived. Better seeds. Training followed. The land began to respond. Green pushed through brown soil. Hope pushed through pain. One day, Baba Jide's son fell ill again. But this time, they did not panic. They walked to the new clinic. A nurse checked the boy. Medicine was given. The boy smiled again. His strength returned. Baba Jide stood outside the clinic. Tears rolled down his face. He did not wipe them. The school opened soon after. Children wore clean clothes. They held books. A bell rang. A real bell. Parents stood outside. They watched their children enter. Pride filled their hearts. Cameras came one day. People asked the rich man questions. Why did you do this? They asked. He looked at Baba Jide, then at the village. This is not charity, he said. This is a debt. A poor farmer showed me my heart, he said. I am only paying back. The road was finished at last. Cars could now reach the village. Help could now arrive. At sunset, the village looked new, not rich, but alive. People gathered in the open space. Laughter filled the air. The rich man stood before them again. He raised his hand. There is one more thing, he said. The crowd grew quiet. Baba Jide felt his heart race. Everyone waited. The people stood close together in the open space. The sun was low. Its light touched every face. The rich man looked around. He saw smiles. He saw tears. He lifted his hand again. The crowd grew silent. I told you there is one more thing, he said. His voice was calm, but strong. People leaned forward. Children held their breath. This village will not stand alone, he said. It will stand for the future. He turned and pointed to the children. Bright children will not stop learning, he said. Not because of money. Murmurs spread. I am starting a school support program, he said. For this village. For many years. Gasps filled the air. All children who work hard, he continued, will study without fear. Some parents cried. Some fell to their knees. The rich man then turned to Babajid. He held something in his hand. These keys, he said, are for you. He placed them in Babajid's palm. A small house stood near the road. Strong walls. A solid roof. Not big. Not fancy. But safe. Babajid stared at the keys. His hands shook. His eyes filled. And this, the man said, is for your work. A tractor rolled forward slowly. Red paint shined in the sun. The crowd shouted. Joy burst like fire. Babajide dropped to his knees. Dust touched his clothes. I only gave you food, he cried. I only opened my door. The rich man moved closer. He helped him stand. You gave me more, he said softly. You gave me a new story. The crowd clapped. Hands hurt from joy. Some villagers stepped forward. The same ones who once laughed. We were wrong, they said. Forgive us. Babajide looked at them. He did not speak for a moment. Then he smiled. There is nothing to forgive, he said. We all suffered. The rich man watched this. His eyes grew wet. This, he said quietly, is why I came back. Music played from a small speaker. Children danced. Women sang. Food was shared. Laughter filled the space. As the sun fell lower, the rich man called Babajida aside. Come, he said. Let us talk. They walked under a large tree. Its shade was cool. The noise stayed behind them. I need to tell you something, the rich man said. Babajide listened. His face was calm. There is one truth, the man said. You taught me that night. Babajide waited. The wind moved the leaves. The rich man took a deep breath, but he did not speak yet. The tree stood silent. The moment waited. The tree gave them shade from the sun. The noise of the village felt far away. Only birds and soft wind stayed. The rich man stood still for a moment. He looked at the ground. Then he looked at Babajid. That night changed me, he said. Not the rain, not the fear. It was your heart, he said. You had nothing, but you gave everything. Babajide listened. His hands were calm. His eyes were kind. I had money, the man continued. I had power, but my heart was empty. I trusted walls. I trusted guards. I trusted my name. But that night, he said, none of those saved me. Babajide nodded slowly. You showed me truth, the rich man said. Real wealth is not in banks. It is in people. It is in the hands that help, he said, even when those hands are tired. Babajide smiled softly. We are all poor in something, he said, until kindness fills it. The rich man felt his chest tighten. He wiped his face quickly. You are the richest man I know, he said. Not because of land, but because of heart. They stood in silence. The tree leaves moved above them. Later, they walked back together. The village was alive. Children ran with books. Water flowed from the borehole. Women laughed near the clinic. Men worked on the road. Dust now meant progress. Babajid walked through the village. People greeted him with respect, not fear. His son ran to him, strong and smiling. Papa, he said, I want to be a teacher. Babajide lifted him. Tears filled his eyes. Night came gently this time. No storm, no fear. Lights glowed in homes. A new sound filled the air. Hope. The rich man stood at the edge of the road. His car waited. He turned one last time. This village gave me more than I gave it, he said. Then he left, not as a savior, but as a changed man. Babajid stood watching. The road no longer felt broken. The village slept in peace that night, and the story stayed. Because kindness is never wasted. It only waits. Never look down on a poor person. The hand you ignore today may hold your future tomorrow. Kindness is a seed. It never dies. It waits for the right rain. Subscribe for stories that touch the heart and remind us what kindness can really do.